Midget. You see what I did? Oh my god. Did you see what I did? Oh my god. Oh. I only record this series once a week. Usually on Saturday. I have all day. I sit down. I record Risk of Rain once a week. And I sat down to record today. I'm like, hey, let's do some fun stuff because we got our artifact that... Oh, wait. So, after all that... Beat Providence, did the grinding, did all the stuff. Was awesome. The Artifact of Origin spawned. I didn't go pick it up. I just didn't. Didn't feel like it. Screw it. Screw all of you. Screw all y'all. Oh my god. We have jellies here. I want Lemurians. Let's try that again. I mean, there's nothing for it. I have to... We'll play as Huntress, though, just to mix it up. I don't want to. I'm going to be honest. I don't want to. I don't want to at all. I don't even a little bit want to. Does this count against my... I don't think this counts against my plays. I think it's just... No, I don't want jellies. Oh my god. I would say... I can't believe I did that. But, I mean... I can. I totally can. Let's be honest. Are we being honest with each other right now? Are we being super honest? You can believe I did that. I can believe I did that. We can both believe I did that. You know what I mean? It's like... The thing that happened... And there's nothing either of us can do about it. I mean, there's something I can do about it. I can just reload this level until we get Lemurians again. And... There's Lemurians. I mean, what? What do you want? What do you want from me? What do you even... Why? Why would you expect anything else other than what happened? Have I ever shown any indication that I'm a competent mortal being at all? Is this something that you guys have been disillusioned about? No, I don't think so. I didn't prepare a weird, difficult subject to talk about this week like I did last week. Because... why would I? I was gonna do some fun stuff. I was gonna do some character achievements this week. I wasn't like, I need to come up with something to talk about for 90 minutes while we grind Lemurians again, but here we are. This is the world we live in. It's not a fun world. It's not a particularly nice world. It's a cruel, unloving, uncaring world. It's a world where there is pain, where there is suffering, okay? There's starvation, you know, there's assault, there's a pepper. That was... why? Oh my god. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know anything. And this is us now. This is me and you. This is us together. I don't even have any achievements to get with Ms. Huntress here. It's just, I don't want to play Commando this week. I wanted to play a different character. Do some character chivos. But hey, you know what? You don't know what. If you did, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. Let's go ahead and get the syringe. I mean... My big clue should have been that I didn't get the unlock when I finished the game, and I was all proud of myself. I'm like, cool! That was... yeah, I got the artifact! You can't possibly be as mad as I am. You can't possibly. I know you're sitting there thinking, like, this is torture. that I have to watch this again. This is absolutely... No other YouTuber would put us through this. I know you're thinking that. But I'm telling you, you cannot possibly be more mad about this than I am. I don't even... I'm gonna be honest. I thought about just hacking it in. I thought about just, you know what? It's just a one line in the save file. Artifact number 10 equals 1. That's all you gotta type. It's one line in the save file. That's it. That's all. I thought about it. And you know what? Who would call me on it? You'd be like, you didn't pick up the artifact. And I'd be like, oh, you know what? You just gets put in your inventory. If you beat the game, you don't have to go pick it up. And as proof of that, I will show you that that's what happened. That's the thing that I did in my video. There's video evidence of it. Because in one video, I didn't have the artifact. And then I beat the game. And then the next video, I did have the artifact. And everybody would be like, man, that guy who left that nasty comment on Brickroad's video about how he's a cheater, he's a ballsack. He shouldn't have said that to Brickroad. That was mean. Everybody would have taken my side of that argument. I could have got away with it. I could have. No jury would convict me. I don't even think it's a crime to hack a save file in a locally played one-player game. I'm pretty sure it's a crime to hack, like, online games. In fact, I just read a news story about how Rockstar apparently had somebody's offices raided in... Where was it? Somewhere in... Was it Europe or Australia? I don't even know. But because they were cheating in Grand Theft Auto. That's a crime now. You can't cheat. They'll hack your... They'll not hack your office. Maybe they will. I don't know. Maybe Rockstar's hacking all of us. Maybe it's our fault. We didn't play enough Grand Theft Auto. Here's what I want to know. Like, 2018, they're raiding somebody's office for hacking... Who the hell is still playing Grand Theft Auto 5 in 2018? It's not like it's Risk of Rain or something. It's not like it's a good game. It was alright. I'm not going to have anything nice to say hardly this entire... I got to get the Crick glasses now. Yeah, we need to pop these right now and get another pair right now. Yep. I'm not going to have anything nice to say all day. It's going to be... I don't know how long of grinding we're going to have to do, but we have to do it. We have to get that hundo. It's not called get the 99% O. It's get the hundo, okay? We're going to get it. I'm going to get it. You're not going to do anything. You haven't done anything. You're just watching. I can't get away from this guy. Oh, I wanted to turn all of these horrible artifacts off. Off. One of you would have tipped off Hopo Games and be like, hey, we think Brickroad is save file cheating. And they'd be like, screw that. We're going to raid his office. And I'll be honest, my office is real messy. I hope you give me a heads up so I can do some cleaning up first. I got just Rubik's Cubes and stacks of D&D books and just everything everywhere. I cut out the first intro. I sat down to record some Risk of Rain. I sang a little song. I did. I had a song prepared. I sang it. Then I was like, hey, we got the Artifact of Origin last week. Let's do something fun. Wait a minute. Where is it? And I'm like, where is it? I couldn't find it. I thought one of you stole it. Like, one of you snuck in here and stole it. Who has it? Which one of you took it? That's what I want to know. I want to know which of you has my Artifact of Origin. Listen, I'm an American. Okay? I don't blame myself for my own mistakes. That would be against the Constitution, against all of the values and principles I hold dear as a red-blooded, flag-waving American. All of my mistakes are somebody else's fault, so I want to know who did it? Which of you did it? This is getting really mean and political. I should actually... I need to shift gears. I don't even know if I should be mad about the elections yet. The elections are still a couple weeks away. Actually, by the time this video goes up, I think the elections will have been over. Maybe I should just pretend like all of my guys lost, and I have a reason to be justifiably angry. And then I don't have to pretend to be angry at video games. I can just be like, oh, you know, all my guys lost in the election, and they legalized murder, or whatever was on the ballot. I don't even remember. There's my infusion. It's in this box. I have it now. You know what's cool, though? When you play Risk of Rain and get the Artifact of Origin, but don't pick it up and put it in your pocket. Hi, I'm Brickroad, the super cool guy who did that. Jesus. I'm not gonna lie, that's gotta be one of the just biggest screw-ups on this channel. And I've been doing this for more than 10 years. 10 years in like 2 months or something. This is almost my 100th left. If you count the little just onesie and twosie videos I do, that I used to do. I don't really do them a lot anymore, but I used to do sometimes I do like little onesie twosie videos. Like I did a Happy Wheels video that everybody liked. And everybody's like, do more Happy Wheels videos. And I'm like, no, because I made my point. Alright? There's no point to me ever playing Happy Wheels again. Or Goat Simulator. Come on. I made a 30-second Goat Simulator video. That's it. That's all that game needed. But if you count all of those little onesie twosie videos that I put up, Taboo the Sixth Sense, I don't need 2 videos for that. You know what? Super Dodgeball shouldn't even count. I recorded that in like 2010 when YouTube's limits was still 11 minutes. Shouldn't count. I had to do 2 videos because I had to split it. It should be a single video. I should redo it. I should delete that video, re-upload it as the 20-minute video it ought to have been all along. Anyway, what was my point? I didn't have a point. I don't have anything. I have nothing. I have nothing. I got kicked out of my house. My wife left me. My dog died. My car won't start. I have nothing. Netflix won't load. I have nothing. No Artifact of Origin. Is that 10? That's 9. This is 10. I need to get my next tier 2, like, now, please. Can I have it? Can I have it in my face? But no, we are getting very close to 100 Let's Play series. I've done more than 100 when you count all the little onesie-twosie videos. And the Christmas videos and, like, that kind of stuff. But I'm talking about just series. Like, I've got a spreadsheet of the series that I keep. Excuse you! Okay, I'm gonna get Harvester Scythe. Okay. We should start getting Goat Hooves. You know what I mean? Goat Hooves. Start getting them. 100 Let's Play series. Can you believe it? That's a lot of friggin' video game footage that I've uploaded to the internet. That's like a stupid amount. That's like... No sane person would still be doing this after 10 years. Most Let's Players don't. Let's be honest. Most Let's Players, they haven't been around as long as I have. Not consistently. I took a couple of kind of long hiatuses over the years, but I never vanished. I never vanished for long periods of time. I think the first year I was doing it, I stopped for a little while because I wasn't sure if I wanted to, like, maybe I had gotten it all out of my system. Nope, turns out I didn't. But yeah, I think like 6 months. In between, I don't know, what was it, Castlevania 4 and Mega Man X4 or something? I played a lot of games with 4 in the title. A lot of games have 4 in the title. Most games, when you think about it, have 4 in the title. Will you just die? Will you die, you butt snuggler? Please. Please go away. Ugh. I'm glad murder is legal now. I'm glad we legalized it in the state of Florida. Because now I can murder that Lemurian. I mean, I was going to anyway. I don't even think the... What is this? The Dried Lake? No, this is whatever the other level is. I don't even think this level's under Floridian jurisdiction. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I'm not 100% sure what the word jurisdiction means. So, yeah, let that sink in. 100 Let's Plays. God damn it, that's a lot. That's a lot of video games that I played on the internet for your enjoyment. And there's more to come. I've got more on the docket. I've got 2 games that I'm starting to record next week on top of the 2 games that I just started uploading this week. And none of that's even counting Risk of Rain. Not even counting it in this counts. Count Von Counts. is my favorite Sesame Street character. Thank you. Let's have a vampire Dracula character on our kids show, okay? Who sucks blood of puppets. He sucks puppets don't even have blood. He drinks felt out of their neck holes. And like that's where the puppeteer's hands are. I had this whole Metal Gear thing to talk about last video, okay? I got it all out of my system. I'm like, I'm not gonna have... I like to go on little rants like that sometimes, and I don't upload, like, hour-long videos all the time. But I knew this one video was gonna be more than an hour of just boring grinding like this, and I prepared a subject which I at least thought was interesting to talk about for the whole time. I have no idea if anybody cared enough to watch the whole video and listen to it. I don't know. I never know. I don't pay attention to my YouTube analytics. I have no idea how... I've been doing this 10 years. I have no idea how YouTube works. Can I be honest with you guys? No idea. Couldn't even start to tell you how YouTube works. I don't have the foggiest idea. It's just a bunch of knobs and dials and who knows anything. Do you? You don't. Don't even pretend like you do. I get emails all the time. I imagine everybody with a like small YouTube channel like mine. I have 3,000 something subscribers, and I get about 100 some odd like views on most of my videos that I put up. I have a small channel, but it's like not unknown. Like most people with YouTube channels have like their mom subscribes and that's it. You know, like the guy from work watches their, and that's it. That's all they have. People at least care that I'm here. A little bit. And so what happens is these exploitative, just rent-seeking video promotion. I don't even know what to call them. They'll send emails to people like my channel and be like, hey, we can promote your channel for, and then they'll like get back to us and you'll get all these, it's like botting and stuff. I don't want that. I don't want bots watching my videos. I'm racist against bots. Screw them. I want real people. I want flesh and blood people watching my videos. People like you beautiful bastard. Steve. Are you watching Steve? I just freaked Steve out. I need a hopo feather in my life. Oh my god. This sucks so much. Every time I make a bad YouTube video, and I make a lot of them, and a lot of times I just upload them anyway, because I have this stupid, just completely irrational, boneheaded, dick-ass, just... I like to upload every second of gameplay of a playthrough I do. I don't like to cut anything out, and if I have to cut something out, instead of, like, cutting it out, what I'll do is I'll just speed it up. I'll do some good old speed-up footage and, like, find a MIDI file or something to put in there. I do this all the time. Where was I going with this? I had a point. I think. I had... Oh, bad video. Yeah, I put up bad videos sometimes. Because it's like, well, I've got to put this up because there's gameplay here. It's part of the playthrough. And somebody, like, if I don't put it up, the integrity of the Let's Play is shot. So I have to put it up. Right? I have to. I don't want to get arrested. Murder's legal in Florida now. So... guys, I hope you're not mad about the election. However it went for you. However you wanted it to go. I hope you're not mad about the election. I hope you got what you wanted. I hope you voted for the thing, and you got the thing. That would make me happy if you guys got the thing. I hope I get the thing. I don't know. The election isn't for another couple weeks, but I voted a couple weeks ago actually because we vote by mail. We get our ballots in the mail, which should just be the standard. That should just be whatever. But yeah, we voted. We did, and in the 2 weeks or so between when we voted and now, and we got another, I think, 2 weeks before the election. I know that all those boxes are over there. They're just not safe to get. I just can't get them. I need a rusty jetpack. But I keep getting... Because here's the thing. I get spam from friggin' politicians about, hey, vote for me or whatever. Like, all the time. And the reason I do is... because, you know how people are always saying, like, oh, you need to contact your senator or your congress, get your representative on the phone. I don't do that ever. Ever! Because it's annoying, and I don't want to talk to some underpaid, if paid at all, like overworked, tired, but ideologically pure intern in Senator Butt Munch's office. Like, I don't, like, that's not, I don't, no thank you. But a little while ago, we had this asshole who wanted to destroy the internet. Like, he just wanted to break it. And, kind of like break net neutrality, and then Comcast was like, oh, but we need this because we're going broke and it's impossible to make money. And then everybody was like, no, you're stupid. But then we voted for it anyway, and like net neutrality, like, the guy was like, oh, we're going to break net neutrality, but nothing bad's going to happen. Comcast isn't going to start throttling you. And then Comcast immediately started throttling people. Like, that happened. Life is terrible. The internet's terrible. Everything's terrible now. But I needed that to not happen. Like, I needed that to not happen a lot because my livelihood depends on the internet not being terrible. And if it gets terrible, then I don't know what I can't do anything. I don't have any other skills. Nothing. I have no marketing. I can't get a job selling cars or doing math or like working a forklift. I literally can't get a job working a forklift. I went for a job at a chlorine factory here in Florida. This was 2009, I think. Yeah, 2000. No, not 2009. Hold on. I've been laid off from so many jobs, I'm getting them mixed up. No, this was 2013. Okay, so I left my office job in 2013 because reasons, and one of the jobs that I went for, I don't know how many goat hooves I'm going to get, I'm just going to keep getting them, is a chlorine factory. It was there. It was like on whatever website you find the jobs on. And so I went to this chlorine factory, and they're like, okay, we're only hiring seasonally. I forget what time of year this was during the summer. Yeah, this was during summer. So they were only hiring seasonally. They hire more people during the summer because that's when most people get their pools serviced, obviously. In Florida, you can use your pool pretty much year-round if you want. It gets cold, but never cold enough to where like you can't use your pool if you like just want to swim laps or whatever. I mean, those dudes in like Norway can just jump into ice pools and then go lift a tree or whatever the hell they do. Then yeah, in Florida when it's 55 degrees out, and that's what freezing cold is in Florida, you can get in your pool if you want. But in the summer, that's when most people with pools get their pool service. So like yeah, we're hiring seasonally, but most of the time when we hire seasonally, if you last through the season, we just bring you on full time. Because typically what'll happen is like they'll bring on, I don't know, like a dozen new people or whatever, but they won't all last. Like this job had kind of a high turnover rate, just because all just low skill, low paying jobs have high turnover rates. So I went for this job and they're like, okay, so we need you to go to this place and take your safety. And what that is this is just like you go and you take this test. I think a drug test was part of it, almost certainly part of it. No, I went somewhere else for the drug test. It was two different things. They did a drug test, they did a safety, and they did a background. But anyway, the safety was basically, are you competent enough to like use the machinery? Can you drive the forklift and not like break life? And I went and did the safety, and I thought it was pretty straightforward. It was just like questions. I need syringes. Syringes will be nice. But no, apparently not, because I did not get that job. And when I called the manager, they're like, oh yeah, there was a problem with your safety. So I guess I took their friggin' forklift test and botched it. I have no idea how that happened, but I know I should have got a goddamn clover. Why don't I have a clover? This would be going faster if I had a friggin' clover. God. So yeah, I took the forklift test. This was in 2013. This is before I played Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, ever. I should go back now and be like, you guys should see how I perform under pressure. Double-decker bomb, yo. No mistakes. What up? And they'll be like, we have no idea what that is. And I'll be like, murder's legal now, so you better watch your mouth. I would never tell somebody that. I would never say watch your mouth to somebody. I hate confrontation. I can't do it. You can do anything to me in public. If we're in like line at the movie theater or something, and I have no idea why I would be, but if I was, like, you can do anything. Pour a drink on me, back into my car, steal my shoes. I'm not gonna do anything. I can't. I don't have it in me. I'm conflict averse. I was never bullied in school though, not through like most of my school years, just because I was boring. Just because if you tried, I would just like ignore it, and I was like they would just move on. Like, man, this kid doesn't do anything. He just sleeps during class a lot, and I did. I slept through a lot of classes. That's why now, as an adult, I got to go for jobs like a chlorine factory. And not for nothing. Like, I don't want to judge people I don't know and have never met. But I took the tour of the chlorine factory with like 8 other prospective employees. I went on their like little... It wasn't like orientation. We hadn't been hired yet. But they like did like a floor tour. And just to kind of get people acclimated to this is what the job kind of entails. These are kind of the machines you're going to be using. And I went on this little tour. And it was actually cool. I enjoyed it just from the standpoint of, oh, I get to see how like the factory machine... Look, this is the kind of stuff I watch on YouTube or Discovery Channel. On my own, like, I had a good time. Where was I going with this? I had a point. I know I didn't. I don't think I did. Anyway. I need I need first aid kits. Probably what I need. Oh, I remember where I was going with this. Yeah. Like, I didn't know these people, okay? And I'd never met them before, and I never saw them again after this. I saw, like, 1 or 2 of the guys at, like, the drug test place afterwards. Or the safety or wherever we went, but... Let me tell you, these guys were not going to pass their drug tests. There were 2 guys that were high on the tour while I was there. One of the guys kept getting our like manager lady's name wrong. Like, I don't remember either because this was years ago now, but like her name was Catherine and they kept calling her Kristen or something. And by the way, if your name is Catherine, your name is Kristen, okay? It doesn't matter. Just stop correcting people. Also, if your name is Catherine or Kristen, don't spell it with a Y. You know what? Don't. Just don't. You can go ahead and use like a little heart to dot the I if you want in Kristen. That's fine. That's adorable. You're adorable. Kristen with a Y. Come on. Statistically, I don't have enough YouTube subscribers that there's a Kristen with a Y watching, so I can get away with stuff like that. I do hope you voted. I better stake some bleed. I don't know. I panicked. I don't really need bleed, but... I do hope you voted. I don't care how you voted. I don't. I just hope you did. I get so mad when people don't vote. Most people, okay, most people in the elections, politically speaking, they get mad if people don't vote the way they want to vote. Because they're like, I obviously am qualified to know everything about how the country works, and I'm obviously the best person to ask how the country should work, and anybody who disagrees with me obviously is stupid and wrong, and I'm going to yell at them. And that's Twitter. Welcome to Twitter. Have you been on Twitter? Don't go on Twitter. Oh my god. Please. Save yourself the hassle. I don't care how you vote. You can vote different from me, and I don't care. I would rather you vote different from me. What am I going to take? Monster Teeth. I don't want Monster Teeth. What the hell? I don't know what tier 1s I want. I don't know what I want. I want my artifact of... I almost said a bad word. I almost said a bad word. I didn't. I did not. I hope you voted. I do. It's too late now. Like, this is, like, the election's over now, but I hope you did. I hope you're not one of these... If you're not an American, I guess I'm not talking to you right now, but thanks for hanging out anyway, Kristen, Steve, whatever. But I hope you're not one of... Oh. A lot of Americans don't even know we had an election this year. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? I need this. And then I think I'm just going to grab more harvester sides, maybe? That's what I was waiting for that to come out. We're going to come up and get all those boxes later. There's a tier 2. Oh, I don't... This is dangerous. I should not be here. I don't know how harvester sides stack. What do I need? 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 Goat hoof? Syringe? Let's get a syringe. I'm going to get missiled. Alright, I'm gonna go find the teleporter now. If I'm not good enough to do it now, I'm just gonna cheat, like I said. I'm just gonna cheat and pretend I didn't. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing, Kristen. I did. I met a guy. I didn't meet him. He was with me at the store, but he was talking to the guy at the register, and the register... Because I live in a house, and there's, like, across the road from me, there's, like, a CVS pharmacy, and I walk there, and, like, pretty much every day I find some reason to walk up to the CVS to buy ice cold delicious Pepsi, or a bag of potato chips that I don't need, or whatever. Pretty much every day it kind of happens. But right behind the CVS is this church where it's a Baptist church where my voting precinct actually is. It's where if I didn't vote by mail, I would only have to walk 2 blocks. It's that good. So I don't like this situation very much. Do I have my arrows back? I did. Good. That's what I want. That's the stuff. That's the stuff right there. We're just going to make this a kill floor, and we'll get all of the boxes on our way back to the teleporter. That's what we're going to do. No, we're not, because we're going to get teleported to and then tore apart. So we're going to go up here and dodge all these missiles and make a lap around. That's what we're going to do. There's another tier 2. I think I'm going to grab some more harvester sides. I think they do stack somehow? I don't know how. I don't know nothing about nothing. But one of the ladies in the CVS with me was... I guess she's a member of the congregation of the church, but she's also a volunteer at the election precinct. I guess that makes sense. Like, if you're, you know, if you're a member of the congregation, probably they have the brochure. They're like, hey, if you want to volunteer on election day, just sign up on the clipboard, or however they do it. I don't know. I should probably do it. I should probably volunteer at the place. I really should. I don't have anything else to do on Tuesdays, but I haven't. And I will. I'm not going to, but I should. I would be a better person if I did. Anyway, we're at the CVS, and she was buying something for the church, and was like, yeah, well, you know, we're gonna... I guess they have to do, like, some kind of training or something. I'm not sure how exactly it works, but, like, somebody was coming around from the election to set something up or do some training or do something. I don't know what the deal was. I didn't ask her. But so she was talking about this with the girl at the CVS counter, and then there was a dude behind us who was like, you mean it's time to vote Trump out already? I was like, no, these are midterm elections, dude. I couldn't believe that this grown man didn't know what a like, he was grown, man, alright? He had to be 40 years old. I'm gonna get first aid kits. All of my other tier 1s are gonna be first aid kits, jabroni. I was mad at him. I wanted, like, oh my god, that's one of my hot button issues. Like, yeah, every 2 years, dude. It's not just the president. There's more than one office to fill in this country of 350 million people. For God's sake, what's wrong with you? Let's get a Guardian Heart. That's what I forgot. Okay, we're getting Guardian Hearts for tier 2s for a while. What was I getting? Foisty kits? Yeah, foisty kits. I was so mad at this guy. What can I do though? Like, I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm confrontation averse. I'm not gonna, like, wag my finger in his face. Like, at least he's registered. You know what I mean? Like, he said, oh, you mean it's time to go vote? Because apparently man didn't like Donald Trump. I don't tell you. I gotta go get all those boxes I left. Oh, and there's 79 enemies still. So at least he can vote. He just didn't know there was an election. Which means he doesn't have a cell phone, doesn't watch TV, doesn't read the newspapers. We're a swing state, and we're voting for stuff in our own state. Like, there's no election that's not very hotly contested, to my knowledge. But he did not know we were having midterm elections, and what do you even say to that? Like, anyway, he knows now, thankfully, and he's gonna vote. And I don't care how he votes. But I hope he votes. And I hope he gets what he wants. And I hope you got what you want. And, more than that, though, I hope if you did vote and you didn't get what you want, like, you're being nice to people about it. Okay? Don't be a dick about it. Don't go online and, like, talk about how America's going down the tubes, or Like, the guy that you didn't want got in office, and now you're moving to Canada. They ain't no better in Canada. They got problems. I saw a map of Canada once. True story. I'm getting these. True story, okay? There's a map of Canada floating around. And Canada's a weird-shaped country to begin with. So, like, all maps of Canada are just inherently weird, okay? And before you ask, no, not every country has a weird shape. Some countries have very pleasing shapes. The United States happens to have a very pleasing shape. That's one of them. Brazil. Oh, Brazil is sexy! Greece is pretty good. I like the shape of Greece. It's alright. Did I already get a golden gun? I got one now. Should get a smart shopper to go with this. You know, we'll wait until we get a tier 2 on the contact light, I think, before we get our smart shopper. So there's a map of Canada, and Canada is weird shapes, and it's like half the population in Canada lives south of this line. And I'm like, what line? There's no line. It was just a map of Canada. And it took me a minute before, like, studying this map, before I realized that, like, the line was just drawn on the southern border of Canada. Like, right there. Like, everybody lives, like, within eyeshot of the border, apparently. This is kind of a lot of first aid kits to get. This is a lot. What do I need a lot of? We got crit glasses. We need a lot of this. That's what we need. Yeah, we'll just get vials, and vials, and vials, and vials. And vial is a Mega Man X villain. You know who I saw talking about the election? I saw Mr. Barack Obama himself talk about the election. You know what he said? He said you all need to go vote. He said you shouldn't complain. He said if you don't like the way things are going, you need to get registered and go vote. And you know what? He was right. If you don't like the way things are going, you need to get registered and go vote. Too late now. Election's over. You didn't get registered. You didn't vote. If you don't vote, you're not allowed to complain. So, if you voted and you got what you wanted and you're happy, I hope you're not rubbing it into people. I hope you're not being a dick about it. If you voted, you didn't get what you wanted. You know, it's fine. It's alright. We got another election coming in 2 more years. Every 2 years. It happens. Sometimes more than that. We had a mayoral election last year. I've never voted for, like, in just a specific mayoral election before. I have not lived in... I mean, I've lived in cities that, like, had mayors, but... The place where I live in Tampa Bay, Florida, is... I think there are, like, 61 separate, like, city-town designations. Like, just, like, town charters. 61 just in and around Tampa Bay. Just on this side of Tampa Bay, I think. But there's only, like, 3, like, big cities. Like, Tampa, obviously, is the biggest. That's not where I live. I live on the opposite side of the bay. Over where I live, you've got Clearwater, Florida, which is where your grandma went to retire. Why is there a price tag over here? Oh, got a use item. Okay. Well, I'm not going to do anything with that right now. We're going to go up top and avoid these Lemurians. So, yeah. Clearwater, Florida is where all the retirees... Like, Clearwater Beach is a great beach, apparently. I don't know. But then there's St. Petersburg, which is the, like, biggest city on this side of Tampa Bay. And that's where I live now. Like, inside the city limits of St. Petersburg. And the mayoral race was a big deal. When you live in just one of the little, just dog and pony show... Someone cooked up a town charter because they was butthurt in 1974 or whatever. But no, St. Petersburg is actually... We have a flag! We have a town flag! It's cool, too. It's a pelican on, like, this rainbow flag. When I tell you guys this is a gay flag, I don't want you to think, like, oh, he's being homophobic. It's literally the gay flag with a pelican on it. It literally actually is. It's the rainbow gay pride flag with a pelican on it. I watched a TED Talk once about a vexillologist. That was... I don't know. It's weird, but it means, like, somebody who loves flags. But I heard him talk about just the design principles behind flags. And one of the points he was making was, like, town flags are pretty much terrible. And when they're good, they get used a lot. And they're everywhere. And so I looked it up. I'm like, I don't even think St. Petersburg has a flag. We have a gay pelican on the flag! Woo! And he was right. I started seeing that gay pelican everywhere. He's on our bills. He's on signs. He's on buildings. Everywhere. I'm driving around town. I live in a gay pelican paradise. I have no idea where I'm going with this. Oh, what do I need? How about a crowbar? How about a whole bunch of crowbars? How about we just... Did I get enough of these? Let's get some more of these. You know what? We're going to get Guardian Hearts. We're not going to get... Whatever the tier 1s are in this last slot over... Oh, this is not a tier 1. We want another Goat Hoof, I think. We're just going to get a whole bunch of fire shields, I guess. Because that's how it happened. But yeah, dude was right. We have a great flag, and I absolutely do see it everywhere. And his argument was, like, every town should have a great flag, and most towns don't. But my town's lucky. We got a killer flag. I love it. Because I was watching the video. Part of the video is, like, state flags are bad. You know, I've watched a couple of state flags are bad. There's a country in Africa, I believe Liberia. I'm sorry, I'm not really up on African geography. But I believe Liberia. Like, the various states of the country of Liberia apparently have, like, legendarily terrible flags. Like, when you first see them, you're like, did 4-year-olds draw, like, did like Miss McGillicuddy's kindergarten class, is this, because I used to draw flags when I was a kid. We had an atlas, like a big world atlas, and part of the atlas was just all the flags of the world, and I loved drawing flags. I have favorite flags. My favorite flags to draw when I was a kid were the Bahamas and South Korea. If you've never seen these flags, go Google them. Like, pause the video and go Google them real quick. They are awesome. And you can come back and tell me, Brickroad, you was right about the flags of Bahamas and South Korea. Them flags are awesome. I would draw them out on construction paper. But yeah, you're thinking like, oh, this is like a kid drew the Liberian state flags. Nope, they're really that bad. You can Google those too. But anyway, I'm watching this video and I'm thinking like, it just doesn't matter. Like, city flags just don't, nobody cares. But no, like, people actually care. Not only do people actually care, but I've also just found out, like, recently, like, I knew St. Petersburg always had a big LGBT community, because like, there's a great gay bar a couple blocks away from our house that makes a sandwich called the LGBLT. It's a BLT with, like, fried green tomatoes, and it's delicious. I'm not big in the LGBT community myself. I don't, like, go to the parades or anything, but apparently this is something that the city of St. Petersburg is doing to kind of foster, I mean, our tourism is already, like, everybody already comes here for vacation, but, like, making a huge concentrated effort to make St. Petersburg specifically a place where, like, the LGBT community will go on vacation. Somewhere where, like, they won't have to go and, like, explain their lifestyles or anything to people. They can just go and be comfortable. Like, that's kind of what the tourism board of St. Petersburg wants to offer to LGBT folks who are going on vacation. And I'm like, you know what? I'm reading this article. If I didn't know what our flag looked like, I would not think we have a chance. But I've seen the flag, and I love it. Anyway, I don't know whether my guy got in the election or not. I have no idea. The election results... The election hasn't happened as of recording. I think it will have happened by the time I upload this. But... I'm actually considering uploading this video early. I am. I'm thinking about it. I'm agonizing. I should upload this video right now. It's the second it's done. I should render it. I should upload it. I should put it up. Because if I don't, and I upload the other video first, the other Artifact of Origin video first... Like, the comments on that video are just going to be outrageous. Like, sometimes you guys' comments hurt my feelings. I'm not... I'll admit, I'm a sensitive man, okay? I'm a sensitive man who lives in a town with a gay pelican flag. But, sometimes I read a comment, and it's like, you messed something up in this video. And then the next day I'll release, like, the next video in the series, and the comment will be like, I told you the last video you messed something up, why didn't you fix it? Because I recorded this in April, stop yelling at me. Oh, so many people are going to yell at me about this Artifact of Origin. I'm going to... It's gonna be so much fun for you guys. It is zero fun for me. In fact, what am I getting? What am I getting? I've got 15 vials. Monster teeth, not really into those. Let's get some of these. Oh, crowbars would be good. A couple of crowbars. Yeah, a couple of crowbars. What do you mean crowbars? Haven't gotten any tier 3 items yet. Probably should have killed Lemurians until I got tier 3 items. Look at this mess up top. That was worth doing. It's like, oh, I got the timer. I got the broken watch. I need to make sure I don't screw this up. I think if you did leave a comment, a mean comment, laughing at me about the Artifact of Origin, I think you should feel bad about it now. I do. I think you should feel bad. And honestly, you can make it up to me by going to my Patreon page and upping your pledge. Okay? If you're one of these people who are in for $2, I appreciate you. I love the $2 people. I do. I have a whole directory on my work computer. What am I getting? I'm getting some crowbars. Some crowbars and some scarves, probably. Just filled with little MP3 files giving you guys shout-outs. Everybody who's in for $2 gets a shout-out. I got a spreadsheet keeping track of who needs to get the next one, and I love you guys. But if you're one of these $2 people, and you laughed at me about the Artifact of Origin, we need to get you up to $5. Okay? You need to get up to $5 just for a month, you know? Just long enough to smooth over your guilty conscience. Okay? That's what you need to do. I kind of want to talk about the games that I'm going to start recording, but just because I want to talk about them, because I'm kind of excited to do them, but also I don't want to reveal like what games I'm recording. So this sentence was meaningless. We'll just forget that I talked about it. What am I forgot. Oh, scarves. Yes, scarves. So on our, excuse you, hi, how you doing? Thank you. On our ballot, actually, one of our amendments for, oh, do we have a tier 2 here? No, I did not open the tier. Oh, it's not a tier 2, it was a dead crab. One of our amendments was like, the brunt of the amendment was kind of like, I don't remember the exact wording, obviously, because these things have 4,000 words and it's all in legalese that nobody understands, but it was like we should kind of codify the various, was that a tier 3? Chests? Or no, it's just a dead crab. We should like codify our county offices to make sure every county in Florida, by law, by the state constitution, has to have the same offices. So, like, if one county has an office of, like, tax collector or something, and another county doesn't, like, they're going to have to set one up. Like, they got to hire a guy whose job is just to man the office of tax collector. But part of this amendment is that we're going to establish for the state of Florida a Department of Anti-Terrorism, and I don't know how to feel about that. I don't like terrorists. I don't want them in Florida. If you're a terrorist, please don't come to Florida. I don't care if you're a gay terrorist and you read that St. Petersburg is great for LGBT tourism and that we have a pelican flag. If you're a gay terrorist, please don't come here. I don't know where you should go. Like, I'm not going to send you anywhere. Like, don't go to, like, Idaho. People in Idaho don't want you either if you're a terrorist. At the same time, though, as much as I don't want terrorists in Florida, I don't know that I want the state to be in charge of anti-terrorism. And it's not because, oh, they're Florida's stupid, yeah, they're the butt jokes of the country. Florida's no worse than any other state when it comes to stuff like that. No matter what Florida man might say. I just, like, I don't know, when it comes to people who are, like, blowing up buildings and crashing planes and, like, we should handle that at the federal level, right? Like, don't we, shouldn't we, like, have one big department whose job it is to keep the whole country safe? I don't know if that amendment passed or not. I don't know if any amendment's passed yet, but I was very put off by that one. Very perturbed, because I don't know how to... Maybe this is a perfectly normal thing, and maybe state governments are already handling this, and Florida's behind the times. Maybe it's more efficient. Maybe it's cheaper. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. It just... I have this knee-jerk reaction, like... Here's what it is, okay? I have a mental image of an anti-terrorist group, like FBI, CIA agents or something, like with pressed suits and sunglasses, okay, and like short cropped hair if you're a woman, and like no beard, no horrible lumberjack hipster pumpkin spice beard. When I picture like the state governments, I picture like a dude in like a park ranger in khakis, like on the beach. And like that's the guy. He's the guy who's protecting us from ISIS, really? The guy whose job it is to hire more lifeguards over the summer. I felt real weird about that amendment, man. Ugh. Anyway, that's the only amendment that I can really remember right now. There was a couple of them that my wife is like, I'm telling you how you're voting on this one. We vote the same way usually. I think there was 2 or 3 things that we disagreed on. What am I getting? What am I getting? What am I getting? What am I... Let's get mortars. Let's just stack up mortars. Oh, is this a tier 2? It is a tier 2. I want another hopping feather. But there are some amendments where she's like, you're voting yes on this because it's good for teachers. Or like, you're voting for this guy in this office because he's good for teachers. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. She's a teacher, so I figure she knows. And she's my wife, so like anything that benefits her as a teacher benefits me. As a rule, and lots of you are going to be really pissed off about this, I'm really going to make a lot of people mad right now. You know what? I don't care. If you're watching this video, you deserve to be mad. Look what I'm already doing to you. Artifact of Origin, malarkey, twice, 2 weeks in a row. God, what am I getting here? Let's get another jetpack. Oh, let's get some leeching seeds, actually. Yeah, I got 2 jetpacks. That's probably good. What am I getting here? I'm getting missiled in the face, missiled in the face, missiled actually in the butt. It's coming from below. In general, like, I always research amendments. Like, I always try to be as informed a voter as possible. I don't consider voting like a privilege, honestly. If you listen to that podcast we did, and I'm not just saying, hey, we do a podcast. That's the title. That's literally the title, is that podcast we did. What am I getting? I don't even... Whatever. Oops. Let's get some leeching seeds. But you'll know that me and my co-host, Mr. McLean, are both for a system of compulsory voting, because we don't consider voting to be a privilege in the United States. We both consider it to be like an obligation. If you live here, one of your obligations for being a part of our society is to go and vote. You need to. And if you don't, and a lot of people don't, like, I don't know what the voting turnout is, but I think last midterm elections we had, it was like 40-something%. It was dire. Where's my Pepsi? I'm parched. I got some cotton mouth. Oh my goodness. Where was I going with this? I had a point. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, yeah, in general. Let's make some people mad. I do my best to research everything that I vote for, and a lot of times if I can't figure out the wording of an amendment, even with one of those helpful, like, here's what a yes vote means, websites, like, here's what a no vote means, here's arguments for and against. So, like, those websites help a lot, but I do try to do as much research as I can on the candidates and on the amendments. That's harder sometimes in midterm elections because the candidates aren't as famous, they're not as well known, but in general, I will vote to raise taxes all the time. I don't think anyone pays enough in taxes in America. We have such a funding problem for pretty much every social and infrastructure program in the country. And anytime like a politician is like, the citizens know how to spend their money better than the government does, I'm like, nope, not even a little bit. You know why? Because if you people weren't forced to, nobody would vote to fix a road. You'd complain that there are potholes, but none of you would write a check if you weren't forced to. That's why we have taxes. And I don't think anybody pays enough taxes. I don't think I pay enough taxes. I don't think anybody does, really. Obviously, I think the wealthier people need to pay more in taxes proportionally than the poorer people. But in general, I will pretty usually always vote to, because a lot of amendments like, shall we continue taking this tax? Sure, continue taking it. Shall this tax be reduced to 50% instead of, nope, let's keep it at 75. And I want to say in general, because a lot of times those kind of things will be tacked onto like another amendment that I want to defeat, like some kind of pork sandwich amendment. Like, is that what that's what it's called, a pork sandwich, when they just kind of put two completely unrelated amendments together? And sometimes in order to defeat an amendment that I don't like, I also have to vote for a lower tax or whatever. But in general, I'll vote that way. I'll always vote in favor of more rights for more people, and I'll always vote for higher taxes, basically. Until such a time as I feel like we're paying enough in taxes. And I'll let you know when that happens, because my wife is a government employee. So when that happens, I'll let you know. I'll let you guys know. I'll be like, yeah, Peanut's making enough money now. So y'all can stop. And I feel like it's... And again, I want to stress, like, I'm not just... Oh, this is... I'm a single issue voter. This is the only thing I care about ever, ever, ever. I'm gonna get gasoline. I'm gonna get... let's grab... What's gonna help me in the Providence fight? More missiles. Oh, wait, Smart Shopper. That'll help. Yeah, we're gonna get that. Let's get some bitter roots. Let's stack a whole bunch of bitter roots and just go... Get that hit points. Oh! I'm gonna go look for boxes back here. See, I'm not a single issue voter, but in general, I think it's always like, we need to cut spending because... I actually don't know. I don't know how that sentence ends. I don't think I've ever heard a really good argument for cutting government spending. Like, I don't think I have. I think the government should provide services to people, and I vote accordingly. And I feel like a lot of people only vote in self-interest. Like, this amendment, I don't care what it does. It means I will save $236 a year in taxes. That's not a number I pulled out of my butt, by the way. One of these websites, one of these, here's what a yes vote means websites, on one of the amendments, well, like, to vote, like, it was so dumb. I actually got a little bit mad. But it was like, it was like reasons to vote for this amendment, and it lists like all the government programs and things that would benefit. Like, I don't want to get into the nuts and bolts of the actual amendment, but it was like, yeah, it was all the reasons, like the argument for like government programs that we would have, and arguments against. Everybody would save $230. Come on, $230 a year? Is that really gonna break you? If it is, you've got bigger problems in your life than high taxes. If it is, statistically, you're probably not paying a lot of taxes anyway. But it's like, really? You're going to vote against some good government program that would help a lot of people so you can save $230? You cannot even buy a Nintendo Switch for $230. You know what you're going to do? Monster Log! Oh, this run is not just a complete waste of time. I got a new Monster Log. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. I'm so happy right now. Look at these arrows, though. You know what you're going to do with $230? You're going to pay your credit card bill a little bit more. Maybe. You might make an extra car payment. Maybe with $230. But $230 times millions of people in your state? That's a lot of good that can be done for a lot of people. It's a lot of waste, too. Sure. Yeah, but we can cut the waste without cutting the spending. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's my political philosophy. I actually am a single-person voter. You know what? Screw it. Nobody's watching this video anymore. Nobody's possibly watched past the first 15 minutes of this video. It's not possible. I'm not a single-issue voter, but there is one issue where if I could find a politician that was on my side of it, and I could be confident that, like, he was actually going to do the thing, I would have to think really hard about reasons to not vote for that politician. And again, this is going to make a lot of people mad, but I don't care because nobody's watching. My single issue is nuclear power. I think we need to stop burning dead rubber things from the Paleozoic era for electricity to generate our power, and I think we should start using nuclear power more. Fortunately for you guys, no politician in America makes this their big issue. So, until such a time as that happens, I cannot possibly be a single-issue voter. That would be a really hard election, though, for me. That would be like, if I'm elected president, I will make sure that 30% or whatever of our electric grid is on nuclear by 2025, or whatever it's going to be, you know? Let's go kill Providence. But then his other platform was, if I was elected president, I will murder every 18th baby. I'd be like, I don't want babies to get murdered. But that nuclear power thing sounds real good, dog. I didn't get the gun or anything. I just ran into Providence's room. I really should have got that gun. Nah, I think we'll be fine. We're doing alright. Look how fast we are. We're not going to get caught by anything. We got this. There's no issue. No problem. I don't know. I think it's kind of okay to be a single issue voter, though. Like, I know a lot of, like, they get a lot of flack. Like, oh, all they care about is this one thing. Like, you know what? If that's all you care about, though, like, if that's really your thing, that's cool. You know, you do you. It makes sense. At least you're voting. At least you're out there voting for the thing that you care about. Most people don't vote for the thing they care about, statistically. I would love to be wrong about this. I really hope I am. I hope, like, I think the election will be done by the time this goes up. And I really hope that, like, people are... Brickroad, I checked during your video, and voter turnout in Florida was 88%. It's not gonna be, but I hope I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I will do a bonus Risk of Rain video. I will do... Here's the thing. Okay. If voter turnout... Don't get caught in that, please. If voter turnout in the state of Florida for midterm elections 2018 peaks above 80%, I will upload a 6-hour-long Risk of Rain breaking video. Just a bonus video outside of my regular schedule. And I will sing every My Little Pony song you guys recommend in that video. Every single one. You want some winter wrap-up? I'll do it. Okay? You want that Find a Pet song? That's one of my goddamn favorites. Pick up the artifact! Get it! Get it! Put it in your butt! Get the hell out of here! I got it. And so she left, her soul still remaining on the planet. And we unlocked the mercenary. Guys, I'm sorry that I had to do a second Artifact of Origin video, and I'm sorry I was mad. I'm sorry for yelling. Sorry for talking about politics and the other... I don't even know what the hell else I talked about. I'm sorry for yelling at you, Caitlin. I didn't mean it. I'll be nicer next video, I promise. And if you guys made fun of me, you don't have to go up your pledge. I don't mean that. You don't have to. You should. I would. If I felt bad. That's what I would do. But unlocked. This character is now playable. Booyaka! What do we get? We did get some new items. We did get one new item. I think this does count for the percentage, but in my spreadsheet that I'm keeping, I am not counting them until I actually pick them up. So I don't know. I don't know nothing about nothing. Monster log. We did get the Temple Guard. I love these guys because they don't have heads or arms. They're just torsos. It's pretty awesome. And 65.10%. It's alright. It's alright, guys. I love you so much. I mean that. Bring it in. Let's get a hug. Come on, fam. Let's go. Bring it in.